Hello, 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 everybody. Everybody. What's cracking? What's happening? What's going on? How is everybody doing? Guys, a parking lot standoff. A parking lot standoff, guys. A parking lot standoff. Guys, happened in my apartment just a week ago. Let me refill my cup for this, guys. The sun is setting, guys. The sun is setting. So let me give you a little in-depth kind of thing. My complex has of course, some people's complex don't have an exit at the opposite ends and an entrance at the opposite ends. Mine has an entrance on a main street, exits out a little mini back street. Now, people love to come to the exit all the time because the exit is gated, but the gate doesn't close all the way. So people love to go through there. It's fine. I do it sometimes. I'm totally cool with it. I don't see no problem with it. But other people do. So, in this case scenario, guys, we had a parking lot stand. I was watching TikTok, one of my TikTokers at the time, and I was watching TikTok at the time, and in the corner of my eye, I see kind of like cars going back and forth, but I don't pay any attention to it. And then I'm still watching my TikToker, and then I hear beep beep, and I'm like, "The heck was that?" You know me, and I always say, "What the heck was that?" So I went to the restroom and I came back and I saw two people, one red SUV. The SUV was a Highliner. Let's just say a Toyota SUV. The other SUV was a Chevy SUV. And I don't know why this day's going crazy. And the sun is setting, guys. The sun is setting. It's coming in and out. Just wants to come in and out. Let it come in and out. And I seen them at a standstill, right? All I heard was, "You don't know how to drive," in Spanish. "You don't know how to drive. Get out of the way. You're coming from the exit. You're supposed to go the other way." And then that's all I kept hearing. And I was like, "Oh my goodness, I got some drama." So I went ahead and started recording. You know me, I gotta record everything that happens in my apartments. Everything that happens, I have to record. It's just me. That's just how I am. So I'm over here looking into the situation. And I see, oh my goodness, my neighbor. And I see that he's getting in and out of his car drastically, freaking getting epically in and out of his car. And there was a lady behind the red SUV. And they would not move whatsoever. And so I'm like, okay, that's fine. They don't move. No content. So I end up zooming in, and he has a beer can in his hand, and he's just going back and forth, going to her window. And I'm all like, Jeez, man. You know, chill out. That's all I'm thinking. It was like, chill out, you know? And so he decided to say, call the cops, go ahead and call the cops. And she was all like, just there. They just standing off right there. And then he just kept yelling and screaming, yelling and screaming. And again, I don't know what he's saying. He's just yelling so much. He's yelling so much that it's very hard to understand what he's saying. And then he sits around, and then after that, some people pull up and they're like, okay, get out the way. And they didn't get out the way when those people pulled up. He just said, whose fault is it? Mine or hers? Mine or hers? You let me know whose fault is it. I'm coming from the right area. She's coming from the exit. And again, she still doesn't move. And so I'm all like, I don't know. There's some weird going on over here. And so he just constantly keeps saying it's her fault, it's her fault. And then I tried to review the cameras. I reviewed the camera and I saw that he was coming to the exit pretty fast, like nobody's business. Like whenever I approach to turn my area, I always stop and look twice. I don't just go for it. I don't gun it. I don't want to harm my vehicle anyway. I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna look first. Him, he just gunned it and just turned the corner and like it was nobody's business. The lady was in front of him and she honked, he honked, and then, you know, she didn't want to get out the way. He didn't want to get out the way. He nudged forward to get her out the way, and she nudged. She didn't nudge, but she kind of wanted like, okay, just let me pass through. And I'm not sure if they even hit each other or not. But after that, she was, you know, they were in the car. I don't know how many people were in the car. I just know it was that guy yelling and screaming, getting out of his truck. All of a sudden, the security guard comes out. The security guard comes out and he says, he just approaches them, and he goes up to them. He goes up to the guy, and the guy's like, oh yeah, there was something about the security guard and stuff. Tell her to move out the way. She's in the way and stuff. And he goes to her and starts talking to her through there. They start exchanging words, not going crazy. They just start talking. I don't know what they're saying because I can't hear them. I just see the guy backed off and just watching like a drunkie he has. And mind you, he's drinking. He is drinking. You can see the bag of shame. He has a bag of shame, which is like, you know how you go to the convenience stores and they give you that bag to cover the alcohol beverage. And I'm like, he's carrying around the bag of shame, first of all, and he's drinking and he's driving. He shouldn't be drinking and driving in the first place, first of all. And he should not be going crazy like that on some person in the parking lot. That's all I'm thinking about. So the security guard just kind of minds his own business all of a sudden. I don't know who this security guard is. I thought it was a security guard that I knew, but we'll get into that later. So then, the security guard leaves. He goes around and just does his patrol because they have to clock in and out different areas. They do a patrol every single night, and they have to clock in and out at a specific time, no later than that, or something. They call it something's wrong. So then, they're still there. They're still there. A couple of people start approaching, and he just said the same thing. I think it's her fault. It's her fault. And so I was like, okay, well, let me put the speaker on. I gotta make sure. So hold on. Well, let me put the speaker on. I gotta make sure. So hold on. All right, testing 1 2. All right, so it's working. So the guy just keeps doing the same thing. He just keeps going crazy and just doing that. Some person approaches with big bright lights, with the road lights. A little truck with the big road lights approaches and blocks the whole entire scene, which I can't see. And so I'm all like, okay, they're blocking the whole thing, but I still trying my hardest to record. The lights are so bright that it's reflecting off that I can't see anything. Like all you see is little feet. That's all you see is the feet. And so I'm like, okay, this might turn bad. This might not turn bad. I'm not sure how it's gonna turn, but it doesn't look too cool to me. So after that happened, they just started exchanging words. A lady gets in the truck, but that's all I see. And I'm like, oh, this lady's trying to get in the truck, trying to probably move it. But maybe the keys are not in the car. I'm not sure. But again, no other words were exchanged that I know of. And then the guy with the little truck with the off-roading lights, he go ahead and yeah, whoever it was, I don't know if it's a he or she, they left and backed out. After a couple of minutes went by, they were just still standing there. And again, I don't know how long. I kind of went in and out the situation because I wanted to watch TikTok and I wanted to enjoy myself. I just want to enjoy myself, you know. So I don't know what happened. I just knew that the guy got in his truck and left. And I'm like, oh, well, she pulled away. Where'd she go? So I reviewed my CCTV camera and I saw that the coast was clear for like 3 minutes. And then she reversed very fast out and to get out the exit as fast as she could and sped off as fast as she could. And I'm all like, I think she might have felt safe. And I knew it was a lady because I saw a lady get out of the car, out of the SUV. And so I knew it was a lady. So then after that happened, I was like, okay, well, some lady just left. He just left. They both just left. After that happened, I heard dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, which is Citizens app. On the Citizens app, it literally says, man with weapon, with knife, threatening. And I'm all like, oh, look at that. This is on the Citizens app. It says go live right now, like 200 feet away. And I'm all like, what? He didn't have a knife. He didn't have anything that I saw. He just had a beer. He just had beer in his hand, being drunk as AF. And so after that happened, I was like, what the heck? And so I'm like, okay, here comes the cops. One cop just, and I'm like, oh my God, here comes the cops. So I get up, I get up, I'm like, well, if anything happens, at least I know that this person has evidence that they were holding them hostage right there. They didn't want to move, whoever it was. So the lady and the cops, there's 2 cops, and then there arrived 3 cops. The lady and the cops, they stayed in one spot. After they stayed in one spot, I said, man, this is crazy because he was drinking. You know, he's been drinking and driving, and he shouldn't even be driving that way. He shouldn't even be behind the wheel at any cost. Like, I don't care. And he has an open container. So, mind you that. And so the lady is talking to the cop, and I go downstairs because I want to defend her. I want to defend her because the other guy who was drinking and driving, he should be in jail. He should be in jail. And so I went out there and I said, I saw everything. And then the lady, she's like, where did this person come from? I didn't see you in the frame. Like, and so I said, I saw everything. I said, let me show the cop before I show you this footage. So I showed the cop before I showed the lady, the victim, the footage. And after that, she's like, what? Let me see. And then she's like, I had my kids in the car. Mind you, I didn't see any kids. I didn't hear no screaming. I didn't hear no hollering. But this is what she said. Me and my kids, we approached, and he was threatening us, and he was saying all kind of mean things, and he was just being so mean. He said, I'm gonna throw this effing bottle at your effing face, and then my kids were so scared, they were crying, and I didn't know what to do. And so I I'm all like, I'm over here petrified because I didn't know there were freaking kids in the red SUV. I did not know. If I knew that there were kids trying to get out and trying to or scared, I would have addressed it. I would have addressed it immediately, guys. And I'm not saying this because, I'm offending kids and stuff like that. I'm saying this because that's the type of person I am. Once I start seeing reality check and stuff like that, by the way, guys, we got some bubbles going on. Oh, you bet your butt. I am going to do something. I'm going to defend whoever it is or whatever circumstances. So she was crying hysterically. She was going crazy. And I told her, I said, I seen everything. He stopped right here. He's like, and he told me that he would throw a bottle and some other girl tried to get in the truck and he said, get out of my truck, and then he showed a knife or whatever it was, and I'm all like, he had a knife? Like again, if I would have saw any sort of weapon, I would have called the cops immediately. I would have called the cops immediately because he's a threatening person. He's drinking, and he could do something bad. So let me go refill my cup. Be right back. Let me refill my cup and empty my cup. So then they had something awesome. Something awesome happened after that. She was telling me. He got arrested. He got arrested. He got arrested, and they had his hands behind his back, and then she's like, I'm gonna go to the back so he don't see me. And I'm like, okay. And then I just like saw the suspect. I saw the guy. He had his hands behind his back, and he was getting into. They were putting him into the cop car, and I'm like, least he is going to jail. Like he needs to go to jail because he was again drinking and driving with an open container. Not alone that, he was, being cuckoo. So all of a sudden, the cops start coming up over here, and she gets out, and I went back there, went there, and she's like, at what time did you see the knife? And I saw a knife he had in his pocket, and he was trying to threaten me. He had the bottle. He said he wanted to throw it at me, at my face or her face or whoever goes near him. And again, I never heard anything like that. The cop interviewed me. He asked me, did I see a weapon? Did I see anything? I said, no. All I saw was the bottle, the beer bottle, and that was it. And so he's like, okay, well, we're trying to figure out if he had a weapon and a knife or whatever. And I said, no, if he had a weapon or a knife, I guarantee I would have been on that bandwagon, and he didn't have anything. I would have called the cops immediately if I would have saw some sort of weapon. And then he's just telling me, the cop is just telling me, have I seen you before? And I said, yes, you have, because I have done many complaints throughout all my life. I have always done complaints, and I've always addressed, and like they know me. A lot of the cops know me for calling the cops and making reports and stuff, and trying to at least keep the community kind of semi-safe. So after that, the guy is still in the cop car. The guy is still in the cop car. All of a sudden, I hear a scandal in the cop car, like there's 3 cops that time. They were like, is that someone on the street going crazy or what? But apparently the guy was going crazy in the cop car. He was screaming and hollering. So they ran to the cop car to see what the heck was going on, if the cops needed assistance or anything. But apparently the cops didn't need assistance because they got it down. But I was like, what the heck? He's going crazy. And he drunk, he's going crazy. They didn't take him to jail. So after that happened, we just had to talk with the cops. And the cops just want to know both sides. What I saw, what happened to her at that time. And I said, look, lady, I mean, I didn't talk to her yet. So we're still talking to the cops. So then the cops left and I started talking to the lady. She starts telling me about how he was threatening her through the window, and he was telling her that you go on the wrong exit, you coming from the exit, and I'm gonna break your bones and stuff, and I'm gonna kill everybody in your car, and it just making big high threats. And I'm all like, I didn't hear any of that. If I would have heard any of that, I would guarantee I would have called the cops. I don't understand. So this lady kept saying that he had some sort of weapon on him and he was going crazy. She told me to, let her, have the footage. And I was trying to Bluetooth it because I didn't know how to use, different formats. So I was Bluetoothing her, it never went through. But I was talking to her. At the same time and telling her that, I can't believe it that, he did that. And he's like, yeah, there was some lady trying to get in his truck, trying to move the truck so that way I can pass. And he just kept saying, I'm going to throw this bottle on your effing face. And I'm like, he did? And like, I didn't hear any of that. If I heard that again, I would have called the cops. And there's a lot of red flags in that situation. But the one thing that kind of ticked me off was that the fact that there was kids in the car. She's like, I'm just so worried about my kids, and I'm just so sad that they have to see this. And I told her, I said, how come you didn't tell the kids to run home? She was like, I was thinking about it, but then I would think that he would try to capture them and run off with them, and I was so scared. And she said she was doing everything she could to help the kids. And I said, I believe you. No, I believe you. And it broke my heart a lot because the way she was saying it, that she tries to protect her kids at all time, and she can't believe that actually happened, and why did that happen to her, and why did he come after her and her family, and that she's scared for her life. And she just kept saying the same thing, and she's like, I don't want to go back to my kids crying right now. And like she was literally crying, and I'm upstairs, halfway upstairs, I don't want to feel that much into a person that lives in the apartment complex. I don't know her, but she sounds like a very protective, great mom. She tries to do everything for her kids. I think she has like 2 or 3 kids, but she tries to do everything she could. And at that time, she didn't know what to do, and she just trying to protect her kids. She just kept saying, you wanna blast my kids off or whatever. You blast me first off, and like I was like, if I don't know what a true mother is, because I really don't know what a true mother. I never had a mother, and never would have a mother. The only closest mother I had was my grandma. She's my mother. But the fact that there are true mothers out there is crazy. It's crazy. She was going to take a bullet, or she was going to take a hard hit to the head, or like anything, a knife to her face to protect her children. And that was kind of like mind blowing, and I couldn't believe it myself, and I just kept like thinking to myself like, maybe I should have called the cops, but at the same time there was no big threat. There was no big threat. I thought it was just a scandal. Just a random little scandal. I'm like, they can just, talk it over or whatever. No, it turned into something big. All the cops came, the whole unit. So maybe like 5 cops came in because they thought somebody was actually getting, Cade. What the heck is that? Someone knocking somewhere. Not here, because I'm looking at all cameras. What are they knocking? I gotta tell you, bro. I have to tell you that was it, it's the most craziest thing I have seen in a hot minute, and that time frame. And after the neighbors left, I did have a talk with her as well. I told her, I said, I told her about my downstairs neighbors. And again, if you haven't seen that video, go watch it. But I told her about the downstairs neighbors. She told me a couple of things about the other downstairs neighbors because she didn't know these other people moved in, and she just knew that the people that moved out are the ones that are going. They were like all over the place, and supposedly, well, I can't say that on the tube of you, but yeah. So she just kept telling me all these things about how her daughter, she's going to graduate soon, and she wants her to graduate, and she wants her to have a best life and stuff, and she might go to the military because she wants to protect and serve, because there's so much crazy people out there. And I'm like, that's good that she wants to do that. If she feels that way, she can do that. She knows that she has a great mom. She knows that she would like to protect and serve her, whoever it is. And so we just started talking. After we started talking, we're going into 27 minutes right now. After we were talking, and let me see, where's my battery? I have 19%. We just kind of had a little bondmanship, a little bit of bondmanship. She just said, I have to go because my kids were probably wondering where I'm at and stuff. And I have to tell them, and I have to tell them that, it's going to be okay. He's all right. He's in jail now. And I was like, yeah. I said, sleep okay, try to get it off your chest and stuff. Try to sleep. As hard as that sounds, they probably don't get no sleep. They probably didn't get any sleep that night. But what I will tell you guys is, after all that scandal, I know a kid that, the heck was that? I know a kid in the apartment complex, and I have said in my live stream before that he's a great kid. I think he's 12 or 13 years old. He doesn't act 12 or 13 years old. All of a sudden, that kid and his mom, the heck is all that noise? All of a sudden, that kid and his mom go to my job, and they're getting apart. They didn't know I worked there at all. And I said, we had a little small talk. I told him, I said, man, I kept, I hope you, get a discount or whatever. You're a cool kid. I talked to the kid's mom, and I said, man, your kid is so awesome. He knows, he knows a lot, like, for his age. I don't see. And she's like, I get that a lot. The kid, that everybody says that he doesn't act like his age and stuff. I say he's very sophisticated, very knowledgeable, just like he doesn't act like himself. He's very mature for his age. And then, look at all that. Give me a second, guys. I really don't know what the heck that is. Well, somebody's going crazy. Someone going cuckoo. Okay, where we at? Hold on, let me go empty my cup. Now someone's going cuckoo. I don't know what they're doing. So I just started talking to the lady about her kid and how her kid is so sophisticated, and then I told the guy. I told both of them. I said, "Did y'all hear what happened in the apartments the other day?" And they're like, "What happened?" I said, "This happened," and then I told him what happened. You know what I just told y'all for 30 minutes. He's like, "What?" And I showed him a picture of the guy being arrested and him having his hands behind his back. And by the way, guys, I did see all that. They had to they had to identify him from the lady. So the lady had to identify him and to see if that was the right suspect. And I got all that on camera too. That's crazy. And I tell you, it was just a whirlwind. So I showed him the video, I showed him the footage, and he's like, "Oh my god, that's crazy." And so a couple of days later, this kid knocks on my door, and I'm playing video games. I just got home from work, and I'm playing video games. It was still daylight, and he's all like, "Hey, do you wanna? Do you, I'm selling these things." What are these people doing? Y'all hear that? It's crazy. So he's like, "I'm selling these things. I don't know if you'll want to buy some." And so it was colognes that you put on. And I'm all like, "No, I don't. I'm not sure. I don't have any cash. Do you have Cash App?" He's all like, "I'll ask my mom if she has Cash App." And then after that, he was like, "Hey, by the way, do you have the videos of what happened that day?" And we started talking about that whole entire situation. We started talking about that what happened. He's like, "No, but I know that guy. He would never do that. He would never do that because he has kids of his own." I said, "He has kids of his own and he did that?" I said, "Look, he had an open container in his car." And I this is the real, guys. I'm talking about realness. He had an open container in his car. He was drinking and driving. He went up to the lady. I guarantee you, if he was to have a scandal out in the street, he would have been in much, much bigger trouble. He had a standoff right here in the apartment complex. And I said to him, I said, "No," I told him the details. I said, "Look, if he was to have that standoff," oh my gosh, my phone is dying. Hang on. I don't know what these people are doing. Going cuckoo. And I told him, I said, if he was to have a standoff with some random people out in the street, he would have been in much, much bigger trouble because of the way he is, and just because of the way he acting is not right. Not. I mean, he shouldn't be acting this way. And regardless or not, he's still in big trouble in my books. And he's like, "But he has kids of his own, and he would never do anything like that and stuff." And then all of a sudden, I was like, and he's like, "Oh, he just got home right now." What do you mean he just got home right now? And he's all like, "Yeah, he just got home." I said, "Since when did he get out of jail?" "Oh, he's been out of jail." What? This happened on, mind you, this happened on a Saturday. This happened on a Saturday night going to Sunday. Here it is Tuesday. And I said, when did he get out of jail? He's like, who? He's been out. He's been out of jail. I'm like, no freaking way. No freaking way. This guy is out of jail. He assaulted a person. No. And then I got really upset, and I told the kid, I said, look, I know that you may not understand this, but he had an open container. If he was to do that out in the streets and he was drinking and driving, he could have easily freaking flipped the truck over. Everything he has in the back of his truck, flip over and case someone. And then he's responsible, and he's become a mass person, to case someone. And then he's like, well, he's been out, I don't know. I said, oh, this could become a big problem. So we started talking for a little bit after that. I said, I'll send you the videos. I sent him two videos and one picture of the Citizens app stating that this happened. And he's like, what's Citizen app? I said, look, download it. So after that, I was like, he's out of jail. The lady lives here. The guy lives here. Hello, Dimitri. Welcome into the chat, bro. Well, Dimitri is here, so I will make the live stream just a tad bit longer. How you been, Queen? Well, as you can see, I've been doing live streams like off the craziness max. And right now, I am at the end of my clause of the parking lot standoff. I've been live streaming for 36 minutes already. But let me go and refill my cup real quick. Fill my cup and empty my cup. I was gonna at least end at 45 because it was a lot. It's a lot to say. It's a lot to say. Well, be safe. Thanks for the mood, Marlon. So, I talked to the thing. It's funny because the kid, I told the kid, I said, hey, I'll buy these things from you. Just let me know what on WhatsApp, because we had to exchange WhatsApp because he wanted to know the footage. And so I told him, I said, I'll buy these little things from you. Just let me know on WhatsApp if your mom has Cash App. And he's like, yeah, I'll let you know. And after that, never seen him back. Yeah, I didn't see him back. But he did text me, thank you for the footage and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, you're welcome. I call him little man. I said, you're welcome, little man. And after that happened, he texted me back. He texted me back, I think 3 days after. He said, hey, well, thank you for, oh my goodness. Those cats are going crazy. He says, well, thank you for the footage, but, they keep asking him about stuff, and is there any way you can send me another video of what happened and stuff? So I sent him one more video. No, actually, cut to the back end. The lady all of a sudden called me and said, hey, the guy, he was there this morning? And I said, what do you mean he was there this morning? He's like, he was at the front door And I saw him, he has kids. And I said, wait a minute, he's out? Like, I didn't, like, I was playing along. I'm like, wait a minute, he's out? He said, the guy has kids. The guy has kids and he's out. I seen him this morning. And I'm like, I told my kids, I said, oh my goodness, no, I can't be around this guy. What if he comes after my family? And I'm all like, that is true. What if he does come after her family? And I told her, I said, oh, what happened, you know? She's like, I see him here at the bus stop and he with his kids and someone, they were taking him. I think he has like people watching his kids when he at work. And so she's all like, please send me more something because his lawyer called. She said his lawyer called her and asked how and where did she see a knife on his person. Where did she see a knife on his person? That's exactly why she was in that mode she was. Where did you see the knife? How did you see the knife? She wanted to know. She wanted to know why this lady called, that she said that she has a knife. Apparently the guy got out of jail. The guy got out of jail because he didn't have any evidence that he had a knife on his person. So he got out of jail because of that reason. They didn't find any knife in the truck. They didn't find any knife in his apartment. They didn't find any knife anywhere on the floor, anywhere. They didn't have no evidence that he had a knife. So they let him out. They let him out just like that because he didn't have a knife. The lady called again. She called me back. She asked for the footage. I told her, yeah, I'll give you footage. I gave her, again, 3 footages. Only 3 footages. I gave her an extract video of when he got arrested. And she's all like, because when he got arrested, he was screaming and hollering and going crazy. I said, no, he wasn't screaming and hollering. He cooperated. Because she was saying he didn't cooperate. And I'm like, no. He cooperated. He had his hands behind his back at that time when we saw him. And I have the whole video of that. Again, now, I would love, let's say that real quick. But he literally had everything. He had no evidence. He got out. He had kids. He was hugging his kids that day when the other kids showed up on my doorstep. I tell you guys, it's crazy. It's freaking crazy. Then that's when the kid texts me back. He says, do you have any more footage? And I sent him one more footage. And I said, that's it. That's all I'm sending you. That's all I was sending him. And if he wants more footage, that guy has to come to me for the footage. He's leeching off the 12-year-old for the footage and saying, oh, I know this girl. She's very highly protective of her car. She has cameras everywhere. I think she's an undercover security guard and stuff like that. He's telling him that. Yet alone, he's not coming to me and asking me for footage. So that's why I only gave that kid about 3 footages. I gave him 2 footages of that day and 1 photo of the incident, and then 1 more footage. So that's 3 actual live footages and 1 regular footage where it's just like, this is how I saw it. And again, it's just crazy, guys. It's crazy. Freaking crazy, man. I never thought it would be like this in 2024, but we are going into a crazy, crazy world, guys. Dimitri was here, so I'm going to make the live stream just 15 minutes long. Now, the more people that come in and just say what they want to say and leave. Yes, we are not going to be here for that long every time you come in. I'm only going to add an extra 5 minutes to it or 3 minutes depending on how I feel. But we're not going for long live streams. If if new people come in that were my last live streams, I mean last season, I will stay here for a little bit longer. If we full on make conversation, then yes, I'll stay here a little bit longer. But if people keep joining in and then coming out, we're not gonna be here for that much long. Just the FYI, 45-minute end frame. So I was thinking about telling the kid, you cannot be going crazy like that, and you can't be in the middle. Like the kid is in the middle, he shouldn't be in the middle, and I don't know how else to tell him nicely. Is as a kid, that sometimes you do have to be aware, but not be fully attest to that situation. You got to hear both sides. I heard her side. I felt sorry for her side. Her side meant a lot that she had kids in the car with her at that time. So her side meant a lot. But however, the way that the kid is putting it is like, I know the guy and he would never do like anything like that, and he has kids of his own. I understand that he has kids of his own, but the thing is that he shouldn't have done that. One of them should have backed off. One of them. That's all I'm saying. One of them should have backed off and said, there, go ahead, back up. I'm gonna back up while you go in so that way I can go in as well. Just one of them should have backed off. But nobody backed off. Nobody wanted to play different. So again, guys, I tried my hardest to help the community. I'm a neighborhood watchdog. I don't know what else I'll be doing without this time. And I constantly have my windows open, constantly. The only time I'm not having my windows open is during this season of season 4 of Beyond Worlds. And that's the only time I'm not gonna have my windows open on my, this is my actual living room window right here. And this is the only time I'm gonna have it closed. During this season, I'm only doing 201 live streams through the season, and that's it. So far, I haven't had a couple of people in here. I only had Huey, Love Bless, and Dimitri. Those are the 3 people that just came in, and that's why I'm staying a little longer. Not this live stream, but I stay a little longer. It is crazy to think about how YouTube live streams is just dying off slowly. I was thinking about, watching a movie, but I really can't find any good movies that I would want to watch. I really can't. And we're in the dark now. We started with full-on bright daylight coming through the dang windows. And we're still here. We're still here. I wanted to make a full-on live stream about all the situation that happened. And this one's a current one. This one's the current one, and I wanted to go through with y'all and talk to y'all about the whole scenario, about everything. And this is, I just did a live stream about it, about my downstairs neighbors. Now this is the standoff that happened in the parking lot. And the reason why I said that, because a couple of days ago, I saw the guy in the corner of my eye. I was watching TikTok, and I saw the guy in the corner of my eye, and he was walking around. And he looked like he was going towards that lady's apartment. And I'm all like, and he has a beer can with the brown bag of shame going that way. And I'm all like, oh, I hope he doesn't do nothing stupid. That's all I'm thinking, is I hope he doesn't do nothing stupid. Because he looks like that type of person that wants to start beef out of nowhere. And the Mexican that just wants to start beef out of nowhere. So I saw him again during my live stream. And it was just a while ago, like about a couple of days ago, during my live stream, and I'm like, oh, there's that guy. I said, there's that guy, but I can't tell you about that guy until I finish talking about this, until I make this video. That's exactly where I was going. So this video is made already, guys. It is made already. I'm so glad. I didn't think I was going to be here. This is 51 minutes, but Dimitri showed up. So every time a new person shows up, I just stay a little bit longer. Even though you don't talk much into the live stream, I still full on, respect you and let you have the floor for a little bit. But again, if each person that comes in the live stream that's new, I stay a little bit longer. Just a little bit. Not a lot of bit. Just, 15 minutes for the old people that come in, and the people that just come in and out, maybe like 5 minutes for them. But, my goodness, guys. I am full on tired. What time is it? It's 8:03 right now. And this is the second time we just go randomly in the dark. It's not fully dark yet. You can see my window is just full of the shade of the disco party. And I like that disco party and the bubbles. Because the bubbles in the disco party, at least it lights up the window. You can see a little live action right there. But yeah, so Claudia has yet to join my live streams. I've been doing live streams. I think this is my 16th live stream. So we are still waiting for Claudiators to join this live stream. But I'll only be making 201 live streams for season 4. I wasn't too sure what to do with season 5. Maybe be in my room for season 5. I'm not sure. We will see what we have in store. We will see. We will see. But I took off the microphone because my phone is charging. We're at 26%, and I don't want it to overheat. I'm using regular YouTube. I'm not using Prism because Prism overheats my phone like crazy. After this live stream, I'm gonna play some video games. I do go in later tomorrow. I go in at 4, I believe. And then after I go in tomorrow, I close tomorrow, so we'll be in the dark again. But I would have different light setups each time. So each time that I'm in the dark or whatever, I'll have different light setups, rotational lights. And again, catch me to see what light footage you want, what light footage you like. But a lot of people just, again, they don't. You'll probably see my shadow every once in a while in the reflection of the window seal, but that's basically it. Well, yeah, Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna be here for maybe 7 more minutes or so. But yeah, who's out there? Who's watching? Did you hear my whole entire thing? My whole entire standoff? Do y'all get this much live action at your apartments? I feel like a lot of people don't because they don't pay attention. They mind their own business. And sometimes I feel like, maybe your neighborhood is just too quiet. I guarantee you, if you just stayed outside for the night, you will see a whole bunch of drama. I guarantee you, if you stayed out there. But it'd be like that some days. It'd be like that some days. Oh boy. Kind of want to take a shower. What the heck is that noise? Oh, one of my neighbors. I live next to a secondary busy street, so we get a lot of craziness down here. And some people be crazy and shoot up random areas, but they don't shoot to kill or to K. They just shoot. I don't know, for no unknown reason. But yeah, I might take a shower after this so I can clear my mind a little bit, and then play video games and probably eat. And I feel like my AC is not working. I'm gonna give it a couple of days. This is the second night I feel like it's not giving me enough Freon. So hopefully, they can refill it. Whenever I just feel cool breeze, but I'm gonna give it a couple of days. This is the second day. Oh, we're almost there anyways. Who's that? Random cats. It's crazy how many cats my grandma has. But outside, my grandma has so many outdoor cats, it's not even funny. It's like, what the heck? How many cats you got? Oh boy. I'll turn on my fish tank light now. You might see just a tad bit reflection off the fish tank light. I usually turn on my fish tank light around 8:05, 8:03. Well, when they can wake up. Wake up! And they can eat. I enjoy watching the little fish tank. What the heck was that? Take a nice shower. I'm gonna play some video games. Play some vids. Well, yeah, the apartment lot standoff, guys. The apartment lot standoff. If y'all were here for this entire time, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know, guys. I know a lot of people, are in and out this live stream and just watch to roach. But please, if you see it, if you see the whole entire video, at least at 45 minutes, because at 45 minutes, that's when I just stop talking about it. Put something in the comment section down below. Put something. You gotta, the word something. If you made it this far. But, yep. The parking lot standoff was incredibly crazy. I feel sorry for both ends. I can't believe that guy is out. Now I can talk about him in my subjects whenever. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.